today. Now, I was browsing like Reddit, and in the Philippine subforum, someone plugged their game that they did as a school project called Duyog ang Huling Buwan, which I don't know what the Duyog is, but it's the last moon. I didn't know there were any before them, the Duyog, but it's the last one. So it's a game about Philippine mythology. It's in Tagalog, the Philippine language. So it's still going to be an English stream, but I guess I'll have to translate what it says in the game. So might as well do it. I'm gonna try it. The guy who made it wanted people to try it, so I'll try it. Should be interesting, if nothing else. Hey Coco, watch me try to translate stuff into English. Whoops. Wait, I made a mistake. The following this story is based, but not copying Philippine myths. It's all fiction. Don't take it so seriously. I guess that checks out. Let me just let me just hmm. The beginning. Okay. Where did I put this chat box? Hey, says our mother. Hmm? Says I. What do I mean, huh? We're leaving. We're supposed to go to the province, aren't we? Oh, yeah, right. I think to myself. Do you even remember what I have been saying? Our mother asked. Oh, what has she been saying? Something about myths and sayings? Um, we could, our choices are, we could go say, of course we do, mother, or, oh, I don't remember. So because I don't actually know what our mom has been saying, we're gonna say, no, I don't remember. And our mom is disappointed. She says, what kind of? Oh, haha, Coco, you like Kate. She plays with me on the weekends. Anyway, our mother says, what even is this? I mean, my son or daughter. Anak is the word for child. So, oh no, my child. How many times do I have to tell you? Always take care in the province because there are beings out there, such as capres and aswangs, and who knows what else. So we're like, so we reply with, "Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot, mom." I'm guessing that's because our character doesn't really care, doesn't really believe in myths, but mom's does. So mom says, "Whatever, just eat. You need to eat fast so we could leave because, traffic. So it's traffic. Uh, for context, Philippines have traffic, bad traffic. If you think your country has bad traffic, well, I won't compare and contrast. Suffice to say, the Philippines has bad traffic. Thanks, Coco. How nice of you to say. Okay, let's continue. Right, chapter 1. I didn't need to say that because it was in English. Where are we going, mother? I say. And mom says, uh, to my grandmother, my child. So I'm like, we're already here in the province, and I'm already just now asking where we're going in the province. See, this is the thing about following your parents in the Philippines. They're gonna tell you to go, and you're going. You don't know where, but you're going. That's how much control they have over us. So we say, "Oh, your grandmother? Why?" No, it's not my mother's grandmother. It's my grandmother. It's my grandmother. Okay. So mom says it's a tradition of ours to go. Oh wait, shit. Okay, I'm slow. Okay, her grandma is dead. I think. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna read it out loud. I shouldn't think things through too much. So it's our tradition. I mean, our mother and let me reset. Our mother says it's my tradition with my mother to go to the gravestone to the grave of my grandmother. So I thought I would continue that tradition by bringing you, and us being, not being privy to this tradition is going replies with, wait, why should I go? Why do we need to go? So mom replies with, it's not that we need to. And we interrupt with, what? But I guess this is the closest translation. Just think, but in a polite way. Oh, whatever. I'll just say the whole thing when we get there. The whole story when we get there. So now our character is narrating the journey. Uh, the way is muddy. There's no cemented roads anywhere, and the ground is what the bare ground is what are shoes and slippers. Wait, I don't know how to artfully reword this. Suffice to say, there's no roads, and it's just the ground that we're walking on. And suddenly, we're in the jungle, the forest, and we're going through the forest. It's very thick, and then suddenly, mother, mother, where are you? We say, presumably, unless we're dumb and just thinking this out loud in our head. Uh, New character. This is a Tuwata, which I guess would be a fairy. I don't know. I don't know Philippine mythology that well. And she says, "Hey, how are you? Kamusta?" Which I guess Spanish, como esta. It's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And we reply with, "Um, who are you?" Which I guess our character's not that smart. I am a Diwata, she replies. Oh, so she's not just a Diwata named Diwata, she's actually one. And you? Now, if this was me, I would reply with, not a Diwata. What? Ano ang iyong pangalan? Well, what is my name? I'm gonna go C G with periods. Because, we don't want to give her our full name. Words of power. Maybe she can control us if we gave her our real name. It's just CG for now, until we get closer. We won't. CG. It's a good name. I doubt it. It's not even a real name. It's just 2 letters. So we ask her, "What is this place? What is this place?" And she replies with, "This is the forest of Dendronya." Now I don't know. And she continues with, "Here, here, come with me, join me," she says. I mean, like, she's pretty and all, and normally I join up with pretty strangers because I'm idiot. But we're in a forest. This is kind of creepy. I don't even know what a dendronya is. So, and our hero or heroine, I don't know, goes, "But wait, you're a fairy? You're Diwata?" And she says, "Why? Don't you believe in it? Or don't you believe me?" Or I guess in the concept of fairies. "Why would I believe?" we reply. I mean, it could just be a pretty lady wearing odd clothing in the middle of a forest, like a normal lady, or relative value of normal. But anyway, let's continue. Hmm, she says. I don't need to translate that. "Just come with me," she says. Wait, we did? We actually did follow her? What a dumbass. We're gonna die. We're so dead. So anyway, she says, "How did you come to be here? Why are you here?" Whoa, did I misclick? Uh, is there a history? Okay, so we replied with, "Well, I was with my mother, and then suddenly," and she cuts us off with, "and then there was a strong earthquake," and we reply with, "Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that, and we got separated." And she goes, "Hmm." And I go, "You know what? I want to return to where I was. Could we turn around, maybe? Can we turn around, go back?" But she replies rather oddly with, "You cannot return from where you came. You're going to have to find a different route." Well, that's troubling. So we just believe her and we just go, "Could you help me go out, come out?" And she's quite nice. She says, "Sure, as long as I'm with you, as long as I'm traveling with you, could you tell me something about yourself?" Oh, she's interested in us. Okay. This might be a dating sim, I don't know. I just know it's a visual novel. I didn't know there's dating options. Oh, and speaking of options, we have two. The first one says, well, I'm kind of shy, dot dot dot. And the second one is, why would I give you stories about myself? I don't know you. Now, as far be it from me to say stranger danger and don't talk to strangers, we're past that. We already traveled the entire day with a stranger who calls herself a fairy. So let me just take a drink. So I'm going to go with the first option because I remember what Mother said. She says we're gonna have to be careful with these supernatural folk, and I don't want to piss her off. She can just leave us here, or worse, she could kill us if we go snark and say, "Why should I tell you something about myself?" Like we're friends now, so I'm just gonna say, "Oh, I'm too shy. Let's just be innocent." She even points at this out to us. She replies with, "You know, I could just leave you here, right? If you want to. Do you want that?" So that's a threat. She's threatening to leave us if we don't give her a good story. So our hero goes, "Well, in that case, we're doing it. I'm gonna give you a quick. I'm gonna give you a story." And she's waiting. Well, and we begin our story and by saying, "Well, we're from Manila, the city, in case you didn't know. And my mother brought me here to visit her grandmother. Well, I guess the grave of her grandmother." And I was like, "But I don't want to go." Oh, that's a big mood. I don't go to places like that. So I can understand our hero when he says, "You could just go by yourself, mother. You don't need to bring me." And then he continues with, "Well, well, I was right to not want to be here because now I'm lost. And it would be a good thing if my mother did leave me in Manila." So our fairy friend goes, "Oh, is that so? Well, what I think is you're gonna like it here." And we think to ourselves, "No, what is she saying? Why would I like it here?" But because we thought that, she just continues with, "Ah, here, the way is easier from here on in. Just head on straight, and it's just going to go on and on to the outside." So we ask her, "But wait, w- won't you be coming with me?" And just like that, she disappeared. I guess she really was a fairy. Maybe it was just my imagination, is what we thought to ourselves. I mean, you walked a long way with a lady. You don't just imagine that. This is not the point in time to go, "Oh, did I just imagine that?" No, it was like, it's dark. You spent the better part of the day with a lady that had pink hair and a dress in the middle of the forest. I have an overactive imagination, and I I can't do that myself. But anyway, wait, is there supposed to be sound? Because suddenly our hero goes, huh, a baby in a forest. Wait a minute, there is a baby. Oh, damn. Wait, this is just me. What he actually said was, oh no, poor thing. And then a voice calls out, stop. And we go, what? Who's that? Get away from the baby, says this character, which, I mean, it says Duending Puti, which is white dwarf, I think is the closest, or white gnome. I don't know what the Duende is, but Puti is white. Who are you? Where are you? We ask. I'm here. Ah, hey, it's Toad. Anyway, this new guy says, haven't you ever thought about why there would suddenly be a baby in the middle of a forest? And we reply with, well, I did think that, and that's why I wanted to get closer. And he replies with, you didn't even wonder? And we're like, why would I wonder? There isn't anything strange going on. To which I, as your streamer, replies with, bullshit. This entire trip was weird. Kakaiba is weird and odd and strange and mysterious, and there definitely has that been going on. You're not even questioning why there's this little guy talking to us and why there's a baby. But anyway, let's continue. You need to be careful, he says. There are many evil beings surrounding us. And we reply with, nothing's going to happen to me. You're too nervous. To which I again, as a player, interject with, our character deserves to die. I'm just saying that out there. He deserves to die. Because he's an idiot. So, our new friend, question mark, if he really is a friend, ask, well, what's your name? And, oh, I don't have to type it out again. Well, we reply with our name. How are you? Name. I am a white dwarf. We'll just stick with our gnome. I think gnome sound. I mean, he looks more like a gnome than a dwarf to me, so we're gonna stay with white gnome. So we get two choices again. The first one being white gnome. Does that mean there's going to be a black gnome? And the second one sound is, but you're not white. Wow, I did not expect skin color to be an issue in this story, but apparently it could be. We're not gonna choose that because you know what? He self-identifies as a white gnome, and I'm going to take him at his word. It's not a big deal. Let's just ask if there's gonna be black gnomes roaming around. So he replies with, we are the gnomes who are good and helpful. To which I go, you didn't answer my question. Okay, he does eventually say it. There are black gnomes, and they are evil, and don't go near them. I'm just gonna say, like, we don't know anyone here. We don't know the morality. Just because someone says they're white and good does not mean they're good. But you know what? It's a simple story. So let's just roll with it. So our character comes back to the topic of the baby and asks, well, why is there an abandoned baby? And he goes, that's not a baby. And we're confused. Huh? Then what is that? And he goes, it's a Janak. But don't worry about it. Don't bother it. Now a Janak is, I think it's a demon baby. Maybe? I don't know. It looks like a baby, but it's a demon, I think is what it is. But our friend White Gnome says, just don't bother it. And we go, okay. Oh wait, we actually just left. And I think we're thinking, I don't believe him. Oh my, I think I'm dreaming. Earlier it was a fairy, and then now it's a demon baby Janak. Did I hit my head when wait, did I hit my head during that earthquake earlier? I don't know if we're saying this or thinking this because I think he's reacting. So he asked us, "Why are you here?" So again, we recount our short adventure earlier, and not really. We tell why we're here. I was he's we say I was separated from my mother because of that earthquake earlier. And our guy here, he says, "Oh, okay, I'll help you come get back." Oh, look, uh, he said, so he's helping us as well. Okay, I mean, I don't know why we should trust him, but that lady earlier said we just had to keep going forward. So, and then we came across a demon baby, so I don't know who to trust. So, narrating again, and then I started walking again, just following the white gnome. Different plants pass us. We passed by different kinds of plants, and from the teachings of my grandmother, I start to remember their names. In this forest, the sounds join together into a beautiful song. Maybe if I wasn't lost right now, it would be easier for me to appreciate the beauty of this forest. What else can you tell me? I think we said. Yeah, our character says, what else can you tell me? And because we didn't actually have a conversation, the white gnome goes, about what? So we clarify about this forest. Fairies and gnomes? Are, are fairies and gnomes the only thing in here? And the gnome goes, huh, there are many, many more. There are black gnomes, like I said earlier, and oh god, no, encanto. I think I don't know what an encanto is. I think it's like enchanted. being. So let's go to that. There are enchanted beings, fairies, and other more creatures that don't advertise themselves. That is, if you don't piss them off first. There are also creatures that you would hate to come across, like an aswang. Like, an aswang would be those ladies that witch monsters, I think. You can Google it. They're scary. Like, so don't ever piss them off, CG. Aswang? Those are real? I don't know, maybe they're not as scary. To which I interject as a player to say, our character deserves to die. Like, he has no awareness at all whatsoever of what's happening. And if he gets eaten by an aswang, that's on him. But let's continue. Aswang. That's what my mother scares me with when I wouldn't go to bed. And our gnome friend says, you should believe me. Don't just dismiss what I'm saying out of hand. Because it's real. And I guess we're not buying it. I mean, he doesn't look like a normal guy. Like, one arm is normal, the other arm looks thick. Like, this ring is as big as his armband here. And his body proportions are all odd. So, and he has a mushroom for a head. Like, at this point, you should just start believing. So we continue. Our character narrates. I continue. We were walking along, me and my white gnome friend, when suddenly another gnome pops up. And unlike my nice looking friend, you can tell from this guy that he doesn't have my best interests at heart. Who are you? Another gnome? We ask of this new guy. This black gnome, just smiled at us. And he goes, huh, you don't know me? Oh my. Don't you worry. You will. And our white gnome interjects. That's a black gnome. You should go ahead, CG. I'm gonna take care of this guy. And our character narrates. The white gnome comes between us and the black gnome. He raises his staff and he looks at the black gnome. What? Wait, where am I supposed to go? We ask him. Just straight ahead. You're going to see a lake. Oh god, I hope it's a lake. Alawa is a lake, right? I don't remember my Tagalog geography. Yeah, it's gonna be a lake. Let's say it's a lake. On the edge of the lake, there's going to be an old house, and you can rest there, says the white gnome. Hurry! Oh god. Yeah, our two choices are first one, you take care of yourself, supportive guy. And the second choice is you go do whatever it is you do. Like it's very dismissive and kind of rude, not gonna lie. It's like I don't give a I don't give a damn what's happening here. I'm just leaving. It's the second option. So because again, we're operating under the rule of don't piss off magical beings, we're just gonna wish him well, wish him to be careful, and mag-ingat kayo. It is a lake, I'm right. Anyway, so we're on the lake already, and our character narrates, I've been looking for a while, but I still couldn't see a house. Suddenly, a character appears. Uh, can I help you? His name is Adolfo. I don't know why. And we go, huh? And who are you? And why are you here? I am Adolfo. And as to why I am here, well, it's a long story, he says. So I know we are on our wits end. So we just ask him, well, could you help us? And he goes, of course. What kind of help do you want? And we go, well, you see, I'm lost. And I'm looking for a house on the lakeside that I can't find. And he goes, oh, a house by the lakeside. Huh. So we ask him, do you know where that is? And he does reply in the affirmative. He says, well, yes. It's not going to be a short walk, though. And we go, sure, that's not going to be a problem. Just tell me stories. Well, oh wait. Kwento niyo po rin po. Kaya po. Kwento niyo rin po kaya ako kung paano ka na po. Okay, sure, it's not going to be a problem. Why don't you tell me about yourself while we're heading there? And how you come to be here? So he goes, well, like you, I also got lost here in this forest. And we think, oh, he's lost? Maybe he knows the way out. Oh god, I interject with, if he's lost here, then he's lost here. He wouldn't know how to get out. Otherwise, he'd be out and not lost here. Oh, never mind. So we ask, is that so? How did you get out? And he says, well, I didn't get out. I like it here. So I thought to myself, I just won't leave. I'll stay here. Okay, it's a choice. First choice is, do you not have a family? I guess because, if you're lost here and there's family waiting for you outside, you'd want to come back to them, right? And the second question is, huh, you like it here in this kind of place? Is the second option, which I guess would be like, this place doesn't even have internet, so how can you live here? Which I guess is I would be feeling were I here. But again, operate on everyone here could probably be a magical being that we don't want to piss off. So we're gonna go with the first question, first choice. Do you not have a family that could be waiting for you outside? And he goes silent. And I go, oh, did I say something wrong? Oh, he didn't answer us. He just goes, well, we're here. And we thank him and says, "That's no bother. Just be careful." And he leaves as soon as we get to the house. So I enter the house and I was surprised that I saw Fairy waiting for me inside. Oh no, I don't recognize this. May nakaambang na panganib. What's a nakaambang? Someone tell me what this word means. Context clues. Context clues. So she just greets us. She doesn't even greet us. She just says right out, "There's danger around us," or "lurking." I don't know. Let's just pretend that's what that means. I'll Google it later. She's just being mystical. Is the key thing that there's danger. Here we go, huh? And we go. The words you're saying are kind of scary. And wait, danger? What kind of? Interrupted. We interrupt ourselves with, well, whatever. So our character is fed up. I mean, I kind of fed up with our character. He really deserves to die. So our fairy friend just all mystical goes and mysterious goes. You should look for three magical stones. And we reply with, I don't get it. Because, who gives prophecies without context? And we continue with, I am so confused. What kind of forest is this? And our fair friend replies with, I don't have time to explain. Here, take these two pearls. Oh, hey, pearls get, I guess. I guess we make a profit. Like two pearls? That's kind of valuable, especially since we started with nothing. But anyway, our character asks, what are these for? And she says, whisper to the pearls, and it will bring you to a safe place. The first one is, thank you, salamat. The second is, I don't need these. Oh, God. Just whisper you want to go back to Manila. This will all be over. And it's basically a teleport. Just wish upon the pearl to go back home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Instead of just being a weird guy going, I don't need these pearls. So we're just going to thank her for it. I mean, it might be real. They could be magical pearls and they could bring us home, or it could just be two pearls that don't do anything, but will still be up to pearls. So thank you. A- And the fairy immediately disappears as soon as she gave us the pearls. And we wonder what could be the danger that she's been saying. But our character just looks for a nice place to lie down on and just fell asleep. I guess it's not so dangerous that you'd be too scared to fall asleep because he did. He really deserves to die. Suddenly, a voice says, wake up! Hey, wake up! Hey, who who are you? What happened? We asked this new character. I mean, I'm gonna ignore the whole snake thing that just happened earlier. We don't know that. It could be just be a dream, but we're confused. We just woke up to a random stranger with a horn on her head waking us up. So, so naturally, we want to know what happened. You had a bad dream, but the term she uses, bangungot, which is the kind of bad dream you don't wake up from and die having, is like I think is the belief. Bangungot, I ask. Yes, there's a batibat that was lying on you. Oh, I guess that was the snake, maybe the batibat. So maybe that's what happens. This snake lands on a sleeping dude, and he has a bad dream and he dies. I think is what happens. So I go batibat question mark. Don't mind it, she says. Just stand for a while. I hate it when characters go, don't mind it. Like, no, I need context. Wait, we ask. Who are you? We just keep asking who are you to everyone, don't we? I am Sora. You? CG is my name, because I'm not giving you my real name. You could put a curse on it. So we have a choice again. First one is, how did you find me? And the second is, why did you help me? Now, the first one, I don't really care about because it's a very conspicuous house in the middle of a forest. Like anyone could just wander in here. The second one is more pertinent because there's this I'm just somebody who doesn't belong here. Like she could just leave me alone, let me die. And you know, I'd like to know why she's being helpful. Or rather, I'd like her to have her moment to tell us how good she is because, you should signal your virtues and all that. Kidding. But we do go with the second option. And she goes, well, it's always been my desire to help those who need helping. And we go, well, thank you. And we use this Paul because we think, well, she looks like she's older than I am, so it would be polite. So it would be polite, so we say, well, thank you, big sister Sora, because ate would, which is derived from achi, from the Chinese achi, is means elder sister. Oh, don't mind it, she tells us. But come to think of it, CG, what did you dream about? She asked us. And we go, I saw the world perish. Everyone was screaming, running, but they could not do anything. Really, I'm giving a dramatic voice because I'd like to think our characters being overly dramatic at this point. And then everything went dark. And then there was a huge snake that surrounded the moon, or rather, wrapped the moon around it. Wait, wrap itself around the moon. Okay, that's it. It wrapped it. The big snake wrapped itself around the moon. And she goes, And I go, why? What's wrong? Why that reaction? And we think, oh, looks like even she got creeped out a bit from my dream. And she goes, well, that ain't good. And we go, and why's that? What does it mean? Oh god. The character thinks to himself, I've been saying this question earlier, and I keep asking this kind of question. To which I, the player, go, maybe you should write your game differently. I don't know. Nah, just kidding. It's a good game. Just, it's a kinetic novel. It's what happens. Is there no one here willing to tell me the truth? I mean, same vibes. Like, people should just talk more. Like, in fiction, like, a lot of problems could have been solved earlier if people just talk instead of go, oh, I have no time. Oh, we must fight. Oh, I have no time to fight. Oh, we must fight nevertheless. It's like fighting or being cryptic. Just talk. Just sit down, have a coffee, talk it out. Problem solves. Anyway, I'm going to say it's coming. There is a coming danger. Looming, I think, would be the term. There is a looming danger. And I go, and our character goes, here we go again. And we tell her, that's what the fairy also said to me when I got here. And Sora goes, fairy? What else did she say to you, CG? And we tell her that our fairy friend told us to look for three stones, rocks. I say rocks. Magical rocks sounds better than magical stones. Let's get out of this house first. I have a bad feeling about this house, she says. Okay, let's just character says, and me and Sora got out of the house. So I'm just gonna try to recap. We first met the fairy, who tells us to go forward. Then we met a white gnome who tell who told us that he's a good gnome, and then he told us to go find a house in the lake. And we found another guy who was apparently lost as well, who led us to the house. And then we slept in the house, which, may I remind you, our gnome friend told us was safe, only to find ourselves in the middle of a bad dream that we had to be wakened out of, otherwise, we'd probably just die, by this friend, Sora. So either Adolfo led us to the wrong house, or our white gnome friend isn't really good. Well, let's continue on. Because that house is bad. Juju, like our Sora friend said. So if it's not a good house, and we were led to that house, one or both of those characters are bad. But let's continue on. So our character narrates, even though I'm confused as to her bearing or manner, I still followed her as she walked. And we ask Sora, why did you say you had a bad feeling about that house? And she goes, it's a long story, CG. Oh my god, it's a visual novel. It's a long story regardless. Just tell me. One of you characters, please just tell me the story you have. Anyway, Our character goes, I have a lot of time, if you haven't noticed. Oh, we're getting sarcastic now. Good, good. Oh, so she does answer. That house right there. I used to like going there, and I also help another person like you in that house. And you know what? I like that guy. But suddenly, one day, he disappeared. I don't know where he went. To this day, I don't know where he went. Two choices again. First it goes, we sympathize with the character. Go, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And the second just goes, who cares? Oh my god, this character. You're going to die. If you just. Again, she has a horn on her head. Her ears are a goat's, I think, or a cow's. Her skin is pink. She has she has inexplicably a cheerleader outfit on. I'm going to be nice to her. And she says, paid no mind, with a smile on her face. Like, because, it's just a story. Oh, it's not a cheerleader outfit, it's just an off shoulder thing. Maybe it is a cheerleader outfit in Ogre World. Or an Oni. I think she's an Oni. Actually, I don't know what she is in Philippine mythology. Let's just go with Sora. She continues, it's not important anyway. Oops. You know what? I'll just save. These three rocks, your bangungot. If what I am thinking is right, this is a bad thing. And I'm like, what are you thinking? What's on your head? What's in your mind? Why is it a bad thing? It could be that someone is trying to wake the Bakunawa. I don't know what a Bakunawa is. I'm going to assume it's the big snake with wrapping itself on the moon. Bakunawa? And what is that? And what are those three rocks? Oh, she does go into a story. Yay. Once upon a time, in the olden days, God made seven. Ito is seven, right? Just okay. God Badhala, which is basically God of gods, I think, in the Philippine folklore. God made seven moons to lighten the dark, to brighten up the dark. Because, nights didn't have moons then, I guess. And the Bakunawa saw these seven moons. It is a huge sea snake that surrounds the world. So kind of like the Norse Jormungand, uh, the weird big. It's the Jormungand, right? Jormungand, the sea snake that wraps itself around the world in Norse mythology. I don't know. Regardless, the Bakunawa, it's a huge sea snake. Every night. Oh wait, Kadagabi. It should be every night, but in the context of the sentence. So for each night, he ate the moons, one after the other, until one was left. Okay, so we used to have seven moons, but the snake saw it. Snake got hungry, ate one moon a night. And God saw what had happened, and he got angry. And you see, that's how you know this god isn't all knowing or even attentive. Because if there's 7 moons and after the first night there were only 6, I would notice. I would notice a big sea snake eating a moon if I just looked up. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, Bathala, not very good at perception. So, and the two fought. Huh? That's not a That's a weird sentence in Tagalog. I'll translate it anyway into something better. Uh, and the two fought until Bathala triumphed. And we go, okay, that's good and all, but what about the rocks? Which I guess makes sense. That's what we were asking. And Sora answers, the rocks are from the weapon Bathala used that got broken when they fought. And we go, okay, so it's like, why do we need them then? And Sora goes, well, if the Bakunawa comes back, we're going to need the power from those rocks to defeat him again. To which I, as the player, go, but wait, we're not Bathala. And if it got broken during the fight, it doesn't necessarily mean the weapon is what ended the fight. Maybe it got broken like at the first minute, and Bathala goes, "This stupid sword," and he throws it away and just beats up the snake with his fist until he won. I mean, a magic weapon is nice and all, but I'd rather have the power of a god. You know what I'm saying? So we ask her, "Well, where can we get these rocks?" And she goes, "I too don't know, CG, but I thought of something." And we go, "Well, what?" "Let's go to my place." "Oh, wow. Are you just gonna start dating? Just let the world end, have a nice old party at the end of the world? Is that what's going to happen? Because I'm down for that." And our guy goes, "All right, sure, why not?" And we go, "Wait, where does she even live?" "I know, maybe she lives in Manila. Maybe you're neighbors. You don't know. Just go." Before we continue, CG, I do have something I wanted to ask you, she says. "The way home is right over there. Do you want to go home?" Oh, looks like something. Okay, let's save here, cause the second choice is clearly the save the world, get the girl. Kinda, let's continue the quest answer. Because the first one says, well, I do want to go home, which, may I remind you, is the whole idea of this whole quest. We just want to go home. The world can end for all I care. I just want to go back home and watch it on YouTube. So I'm just going to say, as a joke, we already saved. As a joke, I'm going to say, I do want to come home. So bye. World's ending, but I'm home. Oh, come on! There's not even there's not even a joke ending or a bad ending. It just drops me straight into the menu. That's terrible. That's sad. Okay. I knew that would be bad, so I saved. So let's go with her. And she said mabuti naman, which is, well, good for us, good for you. You decided to continue the quest. So we narrate, and we continued our journey towards Sora's home. Quick drink of water. And while on the way, she tells me about her life. No, we just continue in the middle of conversation. And our character goes, "So, why don't you like your family? What did they do to you?" Wow, just straight in with the hard questions. Okay. She answers, "Well, nothing really. If you think about it, my family's kind of nice. It's a good family. So, why did you leave?" we ask. We don't think alike on many issues. It's better for me to not be there rather than to continue fighting over these issues, is what she's saying. Which I guess that makes sense. Like, if you love your family but can't stand talking to them, I mean, do you really love your family? Oh, of course you really love your family, but sometimes distance works. And we come further saying, it can't be that bad. Oh wow, way to assume there, friend though. So we continue to think with our thoughts. It's not like it doesn't look like she's being abused, and it looks like she does love her family. So what could they be fighting about that made her leave her home? And he narrates the journey. We continue walking until suddenly we heard a brushing sound, like uh, something brushing against plants, grass, that kind of thing. So we stopped stopped ourselves. We look looked at each other, and I asked her, "Did you hear that? What could that be?" She answers, "I don't know, CG, but we should be careful," she says with a smile on her face. So we continued our walking, but it didn't take long. The rustling sound increased. It got louder, and a pig, a wild pig, came out from the brush. But even though it's just a wild pig you'd see in any old forest, I was still scared because it seemed like there was something wrong with that pig. Huh? I mean, the thought didn't jive with what he said, because what he says is, "Oh, it's just a pig." And Sora, being wise to the ways of the forest, goes, "Well, we can't be too sure of that, CG." And then the hairs on the back of my. What do you call that? Turn of phrase again? Like when your hair stand on end? Because the pig, it turned into an aswang. This lady here with the wings, bat wings. So we got scared. Our hair stood on end. A shiver ran up. A shiver ran up our spine. That kind of thing. Because a pig doesn't just turn into a lady with wings. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe that's why pigs are so expensive in the Philippines right now. I don't know. Ha! Topical. Anyway, let's continue. It looks like a human at first, as long as you don't notice the blood surrounding. Oh, wait. The pig turned into a lady, and the lady looks perfectly human at first. And as long as you don't notice all the blood on her hands, or I guess on her arms as well from the art, like just if you don't notice the blood on her, oh, it's even on her face and her neck. It's everywhere. Oh god, she's so bloody. And as long as you don't notice that blood, she's pretty. She's beautiful. I guess if you're into Batgirls, which I guess you could be. I mean, no judging. Her hair was black and long. Her lips, uh, her, and she smiles at us. I guess her lips are upturned into a smile. I guess if you want to be artsy about English, her lips curled upwards, smiling at us. Two wings, akin to that of a bat's. Again, she's Batgirl. She's Barbara Gordon. If Sora, if Big Sister Sora didn't pull me back, jerk me back, pull me back, I guess is better, it's likely that I would still be staring at her. Don't simp for any old aswang that comes your way, CG. I mean, she could kill you. I mean, she could kill you. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe a girl that could kill you is what you're into. Again, no judging. Run, says Sora. Hurry, CG. Here. I guess. Wait. I say. I guess we really did just go, oh my god, she's pretty. She's pretty. No, we ran. We ran. The narration continues. We ran fast away from the swang. I almost stumbled and fell, but Sora again pulls me up at the last second, and I go, "Oh, that was close." But all that running and we feel tired is what this says. And Sora, for some reason, just goes, "Well, yeah. Next time, don't just trust don't just trust anyone." To which I, as a player, go, "We just trusted you, Sora. You told us you woke us up from bangungot, but maybe that was just a bad dream, and maybe you're just being manipulative like that. Trusting people is what got me this far." So, you know what? You have a point, but you're also kind of wrong in the context of our guy's story. But regardless, let's continue. Huh? What did I do? Why me? We defend ourselves with. And she goes, I know. And then we hear another rustling in the trees. Maybe we're in Vietnam. They're in the trees! Oh my god, they're in the trees! Regardless, we go, oh, what is this again? And I go, and I think, I can't run anymore. But still, I don't want to die. Won't this stupid forest just leave me alone? Is what we're thinking to ourselves. And then a new character appeared before us, is what it says. Like another being. showed up, which I guess is this guy. And we go, "Hey, who are you?" And Sora answers for him, saying, "That's a bungis." And bungis goes, "Oh, he's cheerful." It's like, "Hey, how are you? What y'all doing here?" And I answer, "Well, there was an aswang and we ran away from her." And he goes, "Oh, that aswang. I already scared her off." Oh well, I guess if you make a facial expression like that, like anime upturned eyes, like, "Oh, he's nice." I think is what it says. It means. So our Bungisingis says he's scared of the aswang. And we go, well, thank you." And he thinks to himself, again, why did he help us? And Bungisingis goes, huh? And we think to ourselves, can't he understand me? And Sora goes, salamat ang is what he meant. Oh, because we said thank you. And presumably Bungisingis doesn't speak English. So Sora goes, oh, what he said was salamat, which is basically thank you. Sorry about him, Sora continued, apologizing for us being English speaking. Well, sorry, Sora. We can't all be in touch with our Tagalog roots. Bungisingis just goes, okay. Well, it's kind of dangerous for the likes of you to just be wandering around here willy nilly, is what he said, basically. And Sora explains herself. She says, it's like this. We were going home, but suddenly that aswang just came out, attacked us. So I'm sorry that we bothered you. We made you help. We had you help us get out of our trouble. But we were just going home, is what Sora was saying. So Bungisingis goes, oh, is that so? Well, in that case, I'll come with you. Oh, the dude is offering to escort us. I mean, he looks big, but he's nice, I guess. And we answer with, well, if you want. Oh, so it's now a party of three. So the narration continues. We continued our journey with the Bungisingis. After that episode with Aswang, I found myself taking more care about it, about the journey. Like, I guess, I mean, some awareness about where you are is a good start, Mr. Character. Like, on the second day, after meeting so many mystical creatures, now you take care. Good, good, you might survive this after all. And I guess our character looks at the Bungisingis and goes, well, he kinda looks nice. Like, he might be a good person. Sarah interrupts us from our thoughts, saying, well, we're close to my home. And we think, oh, that quickly? Uh, you suddenly speak up now? You frighten me. I guess our character was just too busy, was too getting nervous, looking around, looking left and right, being scared of the forest, that Sora speaking up just startled him. Makes sense, makes sense. So Sora turns to our new friend. You can leave us here, Mr. Bungisingis. Again, lots of thanks. You've been. And Bungisingis goes, oh, it's no problem. Anytime. Sora goes, hey, you shouldn't speak up first. Oh, I guess Sora's gonna go like, Hey mom, hey dad, I brought a boyfriend. Hmm, I guess I guess these are the parents. So anyway, new characters says Sora, you decided to visit. Wow. Wow. I guess it wasn't a very good parting of ways earlier. Father, but she was going to say something but was interrupted by her father going, "Who's that with you?" And Sora goes, "Father, this is CG." And he goes, "Why did you bring a human into my kingdom?" Oh, Sora's royalty. I didn't know that. Uh, why, father? Sora asked. I guess, like, how is this a big deal? Is I think is what she's asking. And dad goes full racism, says, humans, they are so dirty. They are so. And we interrupt him in our thoughts, like, going, huh? That's, that's, that's rich. That's like, you're saying a lot. That you're being racist, man. This is basically our thought process. And it looks like Sora also took offense. Or maybe she's just sick and tired of the mannerisms of her father. You still haven't changed, Sora demands of her dad. How can you think? Why do you keep thinking so low of every other being? Oh, I guess it's not just humans. Maybe he's racist against fairies and gnomes and whatnot. And he goes, but it's true because it's true. And Angitai, I guess, is the mother. I mean, they are hugging each other. Sarangai, I guess the dad. Don't get angry, Sora. Why did you come here again? Oh, she actually cares about why the strange daughter decided to come back. Thanks, mom, she says. I guess she got along with her mother more than her father. I mean, it's basically the racism thing driving them apart. There is a danger coming, Sora says, and I suspect that there is someone wanting to wake the Bakunawa. Bakunawa? How many thousands of years have passed since he was punished by Bathala? Says the dad. I mean, a few thousand years, maybe. That's a long time for someone to, get his strength back. Maybe that's a long, long time to think about revenge. And Sora goes, well, I know that in a polite way, like, yeah, I know what you're saying, Dad, but still. So Dad goes, if you know that, then how come you're still thinking that someone is trying to wake him up? And Sora goes, well, this guy, pointing to us, was warned by a fairy about this danger. And he also dreamed the whole eating moon thing, which I guess gives a little credence to her thinking because otherwise, we're otherwise a normal human who hasn't even heard about this story. So it's it's a specific thing for us to dream about, especially given the warning. So Sarah can interpret dreams very well. She should have a TV or radio show about her fortune telling. It's gonna be better than the feng shui experts coming to us for Chinese New Year. Topical. Anyway, the mother interjects saying, "Is everything that what you've been saying and worried about? Is everything about that? Is everything coming from a dream of a stranger?" I mean, if I'm the mom, yeah, that's that's a legit question. Who am I to Sora? Regardless, our character goes, thinks to himself, "You know what? In truth, I wouldn't believe me if that's your evidence. I wouldn't believe you either." So, but Sora goes, "Mother, just trust me. Can't you just trust me? Just this once." I guess some people can relate with that. So the mother goes, "Hmm, well, what do you need?" I guess the mother is just withholding her judgment, just goes, "Oh, let's let our daughter play this scenario out." And Sora goes, "The forest rock, please." Oh, I guess. And Sarangai goes, "You're not getting the forest rock. I'm guessing the rock forest, this Patonggubat, the rock forest, is one of the three magical rocks we need to get. And her family has one. Just trust me," says Sora. "We need that rock." And Dad goes, "You need the rocks?" Question mark. And Sora goes, "The rocks that came from the weapon of Bathala, CG was also told to get these." To which I go, if this, I ask the player, go, if this is an artifact, I mean, you're not going to trust this. What if I'm a trickster? Like, I just want to steal a magical artifact. Maybe I just made this whole scenario up. Sora, you told me not to trust so easily, and yet you trust me so easily. So Sarangai goes, "I don't understand what you're saying. Why should I give this to you?" Again, it's a magical art. It's like, "Hey mom, hey dad, I know we're parted on bad terms, but I kinda need $1 million. Like, that's rather sudden." "No, Sora, it's too dangerous," says dad. "Father," says Sora, "you just, please, just trust me, just this once." She's pleading. "Even it's just for today, Father. The fate of everyone depends on it." Again, she's getting dramatic. But again, if your parents, your strange daughter comes home with a stranger that she picked up from a random house, you don't even know she picked me up from a random house. For all you know, I just came to her doorstep and was like, "Hey, I need your rock." Yeah, this is sus. Dad says, "Sora, you need to remember that this rock protects the forest. Our entire kingdom is connected to this rock." It's not even just $1 million. It's like, I need your everything to give to this stranger. Also, Sora knowing about this myth and how it can come to pass, I'm presuming her parents was the one who told her about this. So, this is all for our benefit. They all know what's at stake. They don't need to explain. Exposition. I'm just taking notes here for my own benefit. Never mind, let's continue. If something were to happen to that rock, needless to say, it's not going to be good for us, is what the dad was saying. I know what I'm doing, father, says Sora. Please, I beg you. Please trust me. I mean, from an argumentative standpoint, Sora's got nothing. She's bringing nothing to the table except, I'm your daughter, I demand this. And narration goes. The father thinks it over, thinks it over, and we're the two of us are just waiting for him to come to a decision. And dad goes, well, if you if you feel so strongly about it, all right, I'll let you have it. Just make sure you're going to return this to me. Oh, just make sure that you return and that you return safe with a rock, because if not, and sorry goes, oh, I swear that, father. Just one question before we leave. And dad goes, and what would that be? Do you guys know where we could find the other rocks? Asked Sora. And dad goes, oh, sorry, but no. Try asking the Katao. I don't know what a Katao is. We'll know, I guess. But can I just interject and say, it's not Sora left because of a toxic family about issues and whatnot. But the dad just gives her the most important thing he owns. Without good reason. She's practically being spoiled here. Like, that's a I wouldn't say that's a good dad, but that's not a dad you walk away from, except for your own satisfaction, I guess. But you know what? It's to save the world. Let's just use the dad's wealth and power to our benefit because, we're saving the world. Well, technically the moon, but the world kind of needs the moon, so tomato, tomato. All right, let's continue. Oh god, it's just chapter 2? How many chapters does this game have? I don't even know what kakalasan means. Okay, you know what? I'll just stop here. I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna export the save. I don't know how that works, but it should. Or maybe it won't. Anyway, let's just keep clicking. I'm gonna save right here, and I'll continue this maybe tomorrow. But first impressions, I mean, grade 12 students did this, so that's legit impressive on its own. Like, these are teenagers who made this game. The story is that, well, it's a kinetic novel, and those things just go forward at breakneck speed. So there's not much room for characters with conflict, with motivations beyond black and white, I guess. But maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll get surprised. Maybe Act 2 gives us a spin, a plot twist here and there, something that will upturn our understanding of this world. Again, I kind of just want to leave. Like, where's mom as a character? Like, our motivation is just visit. Our goal was to visit a grave with our mother, and one, we lost our mother, and, and two, we haven't gone to the grave. So that's our two actual objectives, I think. Like this whole saving the world business. That's a side quest. The main quest is getting to that grave and fulfilling the family tradition of visiting the grave. So I hope we get to actually do that sometime. Maybe even before. Maybe the final battle will be on the on top of Grandma's grave. Maybe Grandma is the third rock. Maybe we're gonna use, or maybe she's the sword, and we put the rocks on her grave, and it'll become a weapon to kill a snake. I don't know, but I saved the game. Uh, wait. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see. Good. Okay, that works. So I'll leave this here with this image of Sora. Wait, isn't Sora? Is it Sora? Is Sora Soraka from League of Legends? Is that where Soraka has like a horn on her head too, right? You know what? I'll again teenagers. Mighty impressive. Love love the effort. I hope they get a great grade for this. I mean, on the off chance their professor watches this, give them a good grade. And if it's their English teacher, if it's in their Tagalog teacher or creative writing teacher, give them a lot of pointers. Like this might be their first game, but I hope that on their next games, everything improves, not just on the technical level, but also the writing and the characters. So anyway, that's it for now. And where's the end stream? Okay, three, two, one, ending stream.